Hello there, this is Peter from Aika. I'm the web developer and owner of the company Aika. This is a very quick tutorial and we're going to look into how you can manage your own blog on your website. And this is a fairly specific blog. This is a blog that was created by my company, Aika. It is a different module altogether that sits on top of the WordPress installation. You might have received this blog as part of your WordPress installation when you ordered a website with me. So hence probably the reason why I have sent you this video. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can manage your own blog on your website through showing how I manage it on my own website. So first of all, you'll need to log in into your WordPress administration, and you can get to your WordPress administration by typing in /wp-admin after your domain name. So this is your domain name, and this is what you need to type in. It's going to ask you for your username and password, and I have sent that to you when I've built a website for you. So you should have that information. If you don't, just let me know and I'll resend it to you. You click login over here once you typed in your password, and you're inside of the WordPress administration area. Now, a blog that I have created, it shares a new, it's called custom post type, but it has a tab over here on the left side called news. You can also see that there is a posts module here. Let's click on posts. You can see that there is no posts in your website, well, in my website. I might have removed this posts module from your website. This is the internal blogging mechanism that WordPress uses. I'm bypassing it. I'm creating a new one on top of it. So it's the news module that we'll need to work with. As you can see, I already have a couple of articles here, and you probably will not have any, or you might have one post on your website. Let's just go back to incognito mode. For demonstration purpose, I'm going to show you the posts that we're seeing. See how to create a bookable appointment slots in Google Calendar. That's what we see here, how to create bookable appointment slots in Google Calendar. So these are the actual blog posts you might that we would call. Now, the purpose of the blog posts that we're seeing here is strictly for search engine optimization. Specific keywords, specific titles, and specific images with proper alt tags will give you a chance to rank higher on Google search results. So we create the blog posts not for people, this specific blog post type that I have created, it's not for people to interact with it. Sometimes you'll see a box under the blog where people can leave a message and write something about the article. It has none of that here. This is strictly for search engine optimization purpose. And actually, not only for search engine optimization. If you have created an interesting blog, you can copy the blog title and you can share it across Facebook, for example. Going to log in as my account here. So you might have noticed I click on Facebook icon and this screen popped up here and it's asking me to verify. Yeah, because I'm logging in through incognito mode. You don't have to use incognito, you just use it because that's how I get used to working with websites. Okay, so this is, so you can write something about this blog post. This is a new blog post on my website. test post, or just test post. Okay, so you can select where you want to share it. You can share it in a group if you have a group that you want to share it to. You can share it on a page you manage. I do have a page for my company, Aika, so I'm going to share it there. And that's pretty much it. We click post to Facebook, this really long strange button at the very end. And there you have it. The screen will close, but if you go to your Facebook, to that page, you'll see that you have shared the article. And in the same way, other people are able to share your article through the social media platforms. I have a separate, actually I have a separate blog post about the proper way how to create social buttons, social media buttons. You can actually see a video here that I did on it. And that's what you get with the blog installation. So let's go back and let's learn how to create different blog posts. So we're back to our news tab, and you can see that we have an option, add new. So we'll first of all, we'll click the add new button here. Let's give our blog post a title. Now we would want to add an image. You can see that the image has specific settings, 250 pixels by 250 pixels. That's the image size that we want to prepare for the blog. The image that I'm talking about is this specific image. This one, or this one, or this one. Also, when we click and we go inside the actual blog post, you can see that the image also shows up inside of your blog over here. So how do we create an image that is 250 pixels by 250 pixels? I use Photoshop, but there's other programs online, and we also need to find a royalty-free image. For that, I go to FreePic. I have an account with them. Well, actually, my graphic designer has an account with them, so I'm using that account to get images. And let's search for I don't know, mountains. Okay, let's use whatever image. Let's use this image. Going to click download, and it will download the picture for me here. Going to click that, and I'm going to save the JPEG file to my desktop. Going to drag and drop it. The image name is 275. Well, it starts with 275. So I'm going to go to Photoshop now. Again, you don't have to use Photoshop. There's other tools online that you can use to prepare your image so it's the right size. But I happen to have Photoshop installed on my computer, so that's what I'm using. We'll click Open, Desktop, and that's our image right over here. I'm going to click Open. Okay, so I'm going to select the crop tool here. I'm going to specify the size to 50 pixels by 250, and I'm going to remove the watermark and save it. Okay, there we go. So now we need to save it for web. Again, this is an optional element. You don't have to save for web, but Photoshop does have the option for me to do that, so I'm going to make use of it. You can see that I'm saving for web. What it does, it just reduces the image size, so it loads faster. And I'm talking about very small margins here. will load probably half a second faster, or maybe even less, probably millisecond faster. But as web developers, that's what we do. We optimize images. Going to call it mountain now. And I'm not going to save changes to the original. I'm going to close out of Photoshop, so we have done that step. Now that we have an image, we can add an image over here. Upload file, select file. Going to go to desktop, and we're going to select mountain. I'm going to click select. If you want to change an image, you can do that by hovering your mouse over the image, and you can click on the pencil icon over here. You can delete permanently. It's going to be deleted from your computer. From your WordPress installation. For some reason doesn't do that. Oh yes, it did delete it. So it was remembering it in the cache memory. So we can re-upload it. Select. If you don't want to delete it, you can just click the X button. It will remove the image, but it will save it within your collections, and you can select a different image. Let's say this one. But we want mountains here, so I'm going to use this image. Okay, so now that we have an image here, let's just publish it really quickly. We haven't added anything else just yet. I'm going to go back to blog. You can see that we have an image and we have new blog post. And I want you to notice the blue outline that all of the images have. You can see that the blue outline is also within this image as well. So basically this is done automatically when we add an image. It will round the corners and it will add the blue outline within the program itself. So you don't need to do that within your graphics program. Okay. Now the second element here, you can see that there is text that's under the title, and we don't have any text there, so I'm just going to copy it from some other content over here. Let's just copy this text, and this text needs to go here, or basically it's a quick description about whatever you have an article about. So I've added the text, I've clicked update button, and now if we refresh the screen, you'll see that the text comes out over here. And I'll probably add 3 dots so people know that there is additional information there. I'm going to click update. I'm going to go back to the blog post, refresh. You can see that it has been modified. Okay, so you can see that we have a blog. We have an text over here, but we don't have a button, and it's not clickable anywhere. There is no read more buttons here because we haven't added an article yet. Now, how do we add an article to this blog post? You can see that there is 4 options here. Link type. Now, this blog module has been developed for I would say extreme flexibility, because people might want to use it very differently. Let's say you want to just have a quick announcement, but you don't have any content. You just want to have a quick announcement about, I don't know, a meeting that you're going to have with your community. So you have let's say meeting with our community, and you'll have a quick description here that will specify time and date and location, and you don't need to have an entire page created for that. So that's the option that is selected by default. No link means that your blog post does not link anywhere. It just sits like that. Now, you might want to ask, what if we don't have a picture? Let's just do that. Going to remove the picture, going to click update. Let's refresh the page. You can see that the default picture will be replaced by the, the picture will be replaced by default picture over here. And this is my default picture. If you want a default picture for your website, that does come at extra cost, so let me know and I'll be happy to create one for you. Basically, this blog is programmed in such a way that you have to have a default picture. After all, blogs that don't have images, they are extremely boring and they're not attractive. That's why I forced people to use an image. But if you want me to custom modify your blog and remove the whole image section here, we can definitely do that for you. Okay, so we're going to go back to the link type. We have covered no link attribute and why you would want to use that. Now let's go to the next one, new post. See how I clicked on it and this new text box just came up here right at the bottom. So that's where we can add a post. Let's create a post by let's copy a different post. Let's just copy this content over here. Let's paste it over here. Okay, so we have, let's say you have created an article, you wrote it down on your Microsoft Word, you just copy your Microsoft Word text and you just paste it here. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. And don't forget to click update button when we refresh the page. So we'll go to blog. You can see that we have now read more button and the blog is linked, and that happens automatically. Let's click on read more and you can see that we have the article that we have just pasted, and you can see that the image is also inserted automatically. Again, same thing, if you want me to remove the image property, you can certainly request that and we can do that for you at a small additional cost. So now that we have our article inserted, let's look at the other options that are available with the other two link types over here. So the next link type is an internal page. Let's select that. You can see that the post has disappeared and we have this small field that appeared here. Now, internal page link is quite interesting because you can pretty much select any page on your website that the blog post will link to. Let's say we want to link it to contact page. So we select contact from the drop-down menu, and drop-down menu will populate by itself automatically with all of your pages, even if you add the pages to the website yourself. We're going to click update, and then once we go back and refresh the page, let's go back to blog, refresh the page, you can see that this will now link to contact us, just as we have set it over there. So that's how we use the internal page link. Okay, so last but not least is external website. Basically, we can link it to any external website here. Let's say Google. We're going to click update. Going to go back to blog, refresh the screen here. We click on the blog post and you can see that it will redirect to Google and it will open it up in a new tab. So we know the functionality. The reason why we have internal page link, let's say you have a community meeting or something and you want people to contact you before the for them to sign up, then they would be able to click on the link and they will jump to contact us page, and then they'll be able to fill that information out. Or let's say there is a community meeting that's hosted by an external company and they have their own registration page that people need to register at. They can just click on the header and that will bring up external website with, let's say, external registration page for that community meeting. So that's pretty much the two examples of where and how you might want to use the internal page link and external website link. And keep in mind that we have created a new post. The post hasn't disappeared, it's still here. You can see it by clicking new post link button, and then once we click update, it will link back to the post that we have created right over here. So that will be the summary of how we can use the blog post modules. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you don't know what we are all about in terms of our web development company, we are a web development company. We build websites, we build top-level websites, and we do custom WordPress websites, and we do custom developed solutions, so things that are outside of WordPress, including extremely high trafficked websites. We also specialize in serverless websites, I mean, you name it. So if you're interested, feel free to check out our website. It's really more of a tool for me to use for people to search for their domain names, to register hosting. We do offer hosting to select maintenance plans. So this website is really more of a tool rather than a sales page. But you get the point. If you want to remove the blog post, by the way, which I will be doing, you can just simply click trash it here, and you're done. And you'll see that it will disappear. Alright, so that would be it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can contact me by going to my website, webaika.com. Click on contact button. You'll be able to fill out your information here and submit your inquiry. Other than that, that would be pretty much it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.